One thing you said though, there where you went through those simple things, a lot of people listening, myself included, I'd be like, that sounds simple, but it's not. I'm on the road, sometimes I'm in 2 different states every week. And when you're traveling, you just don't have time to like pack a lunch. You don't have time to go to a juice bar. I mean, if you do, hey, you're lucky. Usually you're eating whatever's in the hotel, whatever's being served at the event. It's normally garbage. It's cookies, and I hate cookies. It's normally like subs that they give or cold with meat. I don't eat meat. So I'm screwed. So literally, like, I can't tell you how many times when I'm traveling or just out and about at work, because I just don't have time, I find myself loading up on carbs because it's the only thing I can eat. And then I feel like crap. I've always got, I used to have a nice 6-pack. Now I've got like this, I don't know what you call it. It's not a dad belly or whatever, or a beer belly. It's
just a little layer of inflammation.
There you go. And I can't get rid of that.
It's just temporary because you've had a lot on your plate. You're juggling a lot of things right now in your life, and it's just a little bit of inflammation, and we can get rid of that. So you mentioned a really good point. Many people are traveling and they're at hotels and they're in airports, and it is a food desert out there. When you see what they're giving people on the plane, it's straight up poison. And then 5 minutes later, everybody's coughing and hacking up a lung. It's not good. So what I recommend doing is, of course, bring food with you. What does that look like? Apples, bananas, grapes, nuts. This is not difficult. Pack that with you in your bag. They're not going to take it from you. And I also say pack a power shake, a green shake. Read the ingredients. Make sure you can pronounce them. If you can't,
how do you get that through security though? They wouldn't let that through security. You actually
can. My husband and I were just in Europe for 3 months, all different airports. Never once did they have a problem with a power shake. As long as your shake is in a double Ziploc bag, they always say protein. And you're like, yeah, sure, it's protein. And it goes right through as long as it's not liquid. And then we put it in our little shaker cup. They have those water dispensers everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Got it.
Fill it up. And now you have some nutrition that your body desperately needs. So that's what I have found really effective.
I'm embarrassed because like that just makes all the logical sense. And here I am thinking I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to make it at home. And I got this water filled protein shaker, and they're never going to let that through. You just put the powder in.
Yeah, that's it. Now you have it in your hotel. And when you're traveling and you're meeting up with clients, you're still going to eat, you're still going to splurge, but at least you got some nutrition in that your body desperately needs so that you can have the brain power. You can have the working immune system so that you can feel your best and keep going.
Yeah, I know it's such an important thing. And, I definitely go to the gym, but a lot of times when I go, like, just because I don't eat well, I have no energy. So, and it's very easy when you're at the gym to just be like, I think that's enough. Like today I was there a half hour. Now I've been coming off of a sickness. My whole family has a sickness. Who knows what it is? Not COVID, but I'd say it's worse. And, it's just like, you don't have that energy. And then I think a lot of people, they start at the gym with all the best intentions. They might, maybe they get COVID or they get the flu, or maybe they got a vacation and they come home and they're like, oh, well, I'm not going to go today. I'm tired. I'm recouping. You make those excuses. I've been there so many times. And then you get back in there and then it sucks. After like 2 weeks, it feels like you're starting over. Like, how do you combat that? And I know how I've done it, but I'd love to hear like the best way to do it.
Well, hydration and sleep is crucial. If you don't get a good night's sleep, honestly, don't even hit the gym. Your body's not ready for it. It's depleted. You have to get sleep, and it's a priority. If you can't sleep, have organic tart cherry juice before bed. That is the highest source of naturally occurring melatonin that's going to work with your body. Mm-hmm.
Where were you yesterday? I slept 3 hours last night. I was in the bed and then I couldn't sleep. I went downstairs. I'm on the couch. I couldn't sleep. I had tart juice in the fridge.
Oh, you did?
No, I have melatonin things, but I had no idea where they were. And I didn't want to start digging through shelves and wake the baby up. That would have been bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The tart cherry juice that we use is organic, which is important. And it's in a glass bottle. But taking that before bed will help you have that really deep restorative sleep. So like I said, if you haven't got a good night's sleep, don't even hit the gym. Just take a nap. And I think everybody will love that advice.
Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't have went to the gym this morning had I known that.
Mm-hmm. And what else can we do? So start your morning with, let's just go through a little morning routine, because our morning rituals, it's a real thing. And high performing athletes, high performing business people will say that how you start your day is going to change the trajectory for better or worse. So let's start with our mindset work. I like to tell my clients, focus on what you're grateful for. Don't go straight for the phone. You don't have to check the emails and messages and social media. They're not going anywhere. Let's emotionally and mentally fill our cup and fuel our tank first. So focus on what you're grateful for. Stretch. Take a couple minutes to stretch. How many people sit in their chair for 8 hours plus not moving? So take a little bit of time to get some mobility in. Are you trying to do that yourself, Chris?
I just did it because I'm uncomfortable just sitting here.
I know. And too many people are sitting in their car all day long, sitting at the office all day long, coming home, sitting on their couch all night long. And we're sedentary, and motion is lotion. We have to move if we want for our joints to feel good. And if we want the lymphatic system to be in movement. So move first thing in the morning. Have lemon water. I like to think of lemon as an astringent for our liver, just to flush out all the garbage that your body has been, taking care of all night long while it was repairing. Have lemon water. You can have your coffee, but have a cup, not a pot.
Yeah, when you said that, I mean, literally, like I can't fathom drinking a pot of coffee. I mean, even that small coffee I have here, like you get that nasty taste in your mouth, even at the bottom of it. It's just like a whole cup or a whole pot.
Mm-hmm. It's all day long. It's the nurses, the hairdressers, it's the people that are just going nonstop. They just sip on their coffee to keep going. But it's eventually going to deplete them and set them up for autoimmune issues, which we don't want. So the self-care in the morning, the focusing on what you're grateful for, stretching, lemon water, and then pack a few snacks for the day. I say start with your power shake just to give yourself that fuel. There's many out there. Read the ingredients. Make sure that it's quality. Okay, if it's filled with garbage and sugar, it's not really going to do what we're looking for. And then pack your snacks: apples, bananas, avocados, nuts, the original fast foods. Bring that with you so that when you're in the truck or you're in the car or you're on the plane, you have something that will keep you on track.
Well, those are great pieces of advice. So don't rely on the nuts that the airplane gives you. I think, who gives you the peanuts? I think it's Southwest. Half of them give you this tiny little thing of pretzels, and there's 4 pretzels in there. So carve it up.
Yeah, it doesn't really do the trick, does it?
I mean, is there any, like, for a lot of people, they just want to get off to a quick start. They know all this. They know they need to go to the gym, but they're going to get to that. They know they need to eat healthier. All that'll be tomorrow. But is there just like a routine, like something that I think a lot of people in today's world, they're very busy, and all they want is listen, can you just tell me what to do? Can I just do it for like a month, and like that'll get me kind of in the right mode? Is there just simple ways to get off to it? Because I know that would work for me. I think a lot of men are that way. And, let me bring up one other, this is kind of funny. Like this morning, we're in our huddle and, we were talking about, this podcast, and one of the guys on my podcast, he's like, oh, well, yeah. He says to me, curls get the girls, buys get the guys. Now, have you ever heard that? Because that was completely foreign to me.
No, I've never heard that. No, but that's hysterical. There is a simple way, though, like you were mentioning, that will just get us off of the garbage, cut the sugar cravings, and that boils down to balancing out our gut health. When your gut health is balanced, you're going to make better decisions, because that's really what's at the driver's seat at the end of the day. It's in control of your immune system, your hormones, your energy, your recovery. Everything boils down to your gut health. So I do love putting my clients on a really simple 30-day reset where it covers their breakfast, it covers their lunch, it's all organic. They can still snack as often as they'd like. And then they have a decent dinner with their family. And when they do this for 30 days, they drop that midsection squish that they've been hanging on to. Their energy goes up, that burning acid reflux goes away, the lower back pain goes away. And that's because it's purging the inflammation, because they're finally getting the nutrition that they need at the cellular level. And like I mentioned, there's a lot of programs out there, so you got to be selective. I like to go with one that's 100% organic, because there's too much garbage in our food. And many people are eating frankenfood. It's just sprayed to death with so many chemicals. So I love doing that 30-day reset. It gets them off to a good start. Anyone can do it. You mentioned seeing like subs and cold cuts. That garbage is filled with cancer-causing nitrates. It's not going to get us where we need to go.
That's why I don't eat it. But everybody else is pigging out, being like, "Oh my God, are you not going to eat?" I'm like, that?
Mm-hmm. It's poison, and you get it. So yeah, I'm so happy that you've made that switch and that you're putting the right fuel in the tank. Now you just need to work on getting more sleep.
Yeah, and more fuel. I put fuel in the tank, but it's sparse, and that's where, like a 30-day like thing where it's just all laid out for me. I think that's why meal preps are so popular, because it's just done for you. And I haven't started on the meal prep thing just because most of them have meat in it, and I just haven't gone down that road. But back in the day when I was doing the pro snowboard thing, I would do juice cleanses. My one good friend, his sister owned like a juice bar, and they did this whole juice cleanse thing. And I think it was like a 10-day juice cleanse. I swear I never felt better after that. And there's a ton of studies out there. I can't remember the doctor, but there was this one doctor I saw speak, and he was talking about exactly that, gut health. And he was saying almost all diseases that we can, point our finger to, cancer, everything starts in your gut. So if he says you focus on keeping your gut clean, like you're going to avoid a lot of the big illnesses and cancers and things that people have. Now that seems far-fetched, but he's not the only one that said it. I've heard it a bunch. Is there truth to that?
But think about it. We are the most overfed and undernourished country in the world. We're the sickest country in the world because we're eating garbage, unfortunately. 1 in 2 men will get cancer here in the States. That's an astronomical figure.
1 in 2?
1 in 2 men. 1 in 3 women will get cancer here in the States. Then you have heart disease right behind it. And then you have type 2 diabetes, which is November is it's Diabetes Awareness Month. These are a lot of times they're lifestyle diseases. We don't have to be sitting ducks. We are what we eat. If we start eating right, our body can repair itself. Just like you mentioned, it all starts with our gut health. That's our immune system. But we have to give it a fighting chance.